Hello drama lovers, welcome back to the K-pop World channel. In a world full of flashing stage lights, where smiles can be scripted and warmth can be shaped by a line, sometimes we forget that even stars have silent days. Days when cameras don't record. Days when their bodies and hearts need to rest. And that day, which may have seemed ordinary to most, turned out to be the most honest moment for two names that never really seemed to separate. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan. That day wasn't about the stage. It wasn't about awards. It wasn't about popularity, but about something quieter, deeper, and more real than anything that could be proven through a live stream or trending hashtag. A hospital in Beijing. A calm morning. Empty white hallways. No crowds. No fans. No media. But two men, wearing masks, caps, and hoodies, entered through a back entrance. Maybe no one noticed them, but there's one thing that masks or outfits can't hide. The way they match each other's steps. The way one of them glances back to make sure the other isn't falling behind. And the way one of them slows down, almost protectively. That was the beginning of the storm that would explode just a few hours later. A blurry photo from a hospital staff member's phone showed two young men walking down a hospital hallway. Their faces weren't clear, but that silhouette was too familiar to ignore. Within hours, netizens began speculating. And, as always, the internet moved faster than any official statement. Is that Wang Yibo? The one beside him looks like Xiao Zhan. Why are they at a hospital together? And just like that, in a matter of hours, the online world was flooded with theories, cropped images, speculations, and of course, uncontrollable emotion from fans. But behind the scenes, the real story was much quieter than anyone could imagine. Wang Yibo, the young actor known for his silence and diligence, had been pushing through an inhuman schedule these past few months. Action film shoots, racing practices, attending events, international promotions, and countless obligations draining his energy and time. His body may appear strong, but who knows what he truly feels each time he wakes up at 5 a.m. and returns home when the sky has darkened again. According to an unnamed insider, Yibo had been advised to get a full medical checkup, not because he was in a critical condition, but because signs of chronic exhaustion were beginning to affect his focus and strength. And in that most vulnerable moment, when his body began begging for rest, he didn't come alone. Xiao Zhan was there, not with publicity, not with cameras, not with forced smiles or rehearsed scripts, but in silence, sitting in the hospital's waiting room for hours, standing beside the exam bed, walking slowly, avoiding reporters, but staying close to a heart that couldn't be left alone that day. People say not all separations are announced, but sometimes not all connections need to be explained either. When the news broke, the media began to reinterpret their relationship. Some claimed this was just a professional encounter. Others insisted the two still shared a deep personal connection. But whatever the story was, that morning visit to the hospital wasn't something done under contract. Because no one shows up that early, with no makeup, no manager, no entourage, just to pretend to care. Xiao Zhan was there because he wanted to be there. As simple as that. And it's in that simplicity that his presence felt so overwhelming. A nurse who witnessed them firsthand shared that Xiao Zhan sat quietly in the waiting room, wearing a mask and cap, occasionally glancing at the clock. Not once did he touch his phone. His eyes were distant but full. And when Wang Yibo came out of the exam room, they didn't exchange many words. Just a look, just mutual understanding. Then they walked out together. Did they speak after that? We don't know. Did they return to their homes? Or maybe sat down at a quiet diner, sharing warm tea and a comforting silence? No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear. That day, someone showed up for someone else without the need for explanation. Fans, as expected, couldn't stay quiet. My tears are falling on their own. They still have each other. Thank you, Xiao Zhan. While so many people left, you still came. I don't think Yibo spoke, but the look in his eyes when he walked out was calm. That's because of you. Yet, not every reaction was gentle. Some began digging up past rumors, connecting the hospital visit to older conflicts. Others questioned their intentions. Some suggested this was a PR stunt by the agencies. But among all these opinions, one truth remains. That presence was real. And presence like that cannot be faked. In a world of celebrity filled with illusions, sometimes what's most genuine is what's never announced. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan may never speak publicly about their relationship. Maybe they'll never explain what really happens once the cameras stop rolling. But every small act, every slow step, every quiet glance, every gesture left unsaid, speaks far louder than any press release. That morning in the hospital, they weren't superstars. Not actors. Not idols. Just humans. One was tired. The other came. One waited. The other felt seen. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough to erase all doubts that ever existed. Will they appear together again? No one knows. Was this just a fleeting moment? Or the start of something we'll witness once more? There are no definite answers. But perhaps, in a world too noisy for its own good, such silences are the ones most worth remembering. We know drama lovers like you must feel something you can't quite explain after hearing this. There's hope, there's warmth, there's concern, and of course, there's love that quietly endures. So stay with us here on K-Pop World, because this story isn't over. There may be updates, there may be more moments waiting to be seen, or maybe we'll all just keep waiting, holding on to a quiet hope that genuine bonds always find their way back. What do you think? Is this a sign they're still protecting each other, or just a beautiful coincidence too meaningful to ignore? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to turn on notifications, because in this quiet world, we need one another just to be heard. See you in the next story, only here on K-Pop World.